Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode for The Tuck, a drag race recap podcast by the Reality Rundown and Rundown Media. My name is Raymond, and I'm here with, y'all will not believe it, we have a full house.
Yes.
Oh my God. Mother and her children have gotten together at last. So, ladies and gentlemen, with me, I have Miss Edward Entertainment.
Hello, welcome back to me. Come on, Alana. About the time.
I'm triggered.
I'm back.
We also have Miss Eli.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
What's
And
going on?
mother herself, Miss Wellington.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here with everybody.
No, this is amazing. Finally, we have paid the rent. We can all have, we're all allowed in the room. So super excited to, just get into this mother tucking tea because honestly, as we recap this episode, I will definitely be giving you guys my opinions on it. Nothing new, but just prefacing it with that. But nonetheless, in regards to this episode, the queens got together and they put together a over-the-top soap opera called the Daytona Wind. And on the runway, they had to serve chaps. But we'll get into that later. Luckily for this episode, we have Miss Ts Madison, who was sitting with the judges, who I am obsessed with. I love how much
she followed me.
Oh my God, yes!
She followed me. I was like, oh my God. I am one of the gays.
No, you're literally the gay. Like, you're above us. But no, I love her. I think she's been able to really create a career for herself, aside from being a social media personality, just being an overall professional in the entertainment business. So.
And baby, she was one of the first porn stars. Let's not
forget. Right. That part. Love her porn as well. But Daytona Wins. I absolutely First of all, I'm not the biggest fan of all these acting challenges. I feel like so far they've had so many acting challenges. This is the third one now.
Flip them into Paramount Plus. They're like, who is gonna get this money?
Right, they scoping out their actors for the next season. Okay, they're not low, but yes, I'm over these acting challenges. But I'm also happy that Maddie wasn't here for it because I feel like Maddie just does not give.
Oh my God, I am so happy that she's not back.
Wow, yes.
Just like the air,
everybody's happy.
Like the air is not clogged up anymore. People are happy. The producers are walking in and everybody's radiant. Everybody's, hi, everybody. RuPaul got coffee for everybody because Maddie Morphosis is not in this damn competition.
Literally, I feel like Maddie Morphosis was due to go home a long time ago. And finally, the girls got.
It was the end of her case.
Literally. But first things first, make sure you guys subscribe to our podcast and stay updated with all of our episodes. We have new episodes every week on Tuesdays. So get into it, sisters. But yeah, so we saw that Georgia's won last week, which I don't think she deserved.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, tomato.
At you, Raymond.
Which one is this?
She did not deserve it, but
Why
it
do you think
is.
that?
What was that?
Why do you think she doesn't deserve it or didn't deserve it?
I'm gonna ask you this again. What was that? Because are you trying to say you're not feeling do you?
He heard you the first time.
I don't agree. I think for someone who kind of took their outfit and it looked like a sack of potatoes and turned it out really quick, I will say yes. Maybe if it was someone bigger, they would be they wouldn't be gagging over it. And that's against the body, yada, yada, don't rely on your body. But at the same time, I feel like at least you didn't present, party bags just taped on,
But I also feel like that. I also feel like that's that's such an interesting topic because I saw the thing that Silky tweeted if it would have been any of the big girls, the judges will not be living for it. But at the same time, is it bad for the skinny girls to use their bodies? You know what I'm saying? It's like
I don't think so.
I think the judges, this is more on the judges itself, because I feel like it makes the comments like that makes queens feel like, oh, let me not rely on my body because now I don't want to be held accountable on Twitter or something. So I feel like the comment should be more towards the judges. Your judging is off. So let's get it together.
I think the reason I would say the judging was off because I did think it was a beautiful piece, but when you're standing next to it was, I believe, Lady Camden and then Angeria, it should have gone somewhere else. But still, give her flowers. At least I will. Raymond is not.
Raymond, we can hear you. Froze, but we can hear you now. Are you okay?
Okay. I was like, what is going on?
Are you okay? Like,
I'm okay. I can only hear Wellington and see Wellington. The other girls, unfortunately, I cannot hear, taste, or smell you. Are they there?
Is this because of our opinion on Georges or because of issues on your end? Because
I think it may be issues on
the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay, because
no,
I thought it was because we were talking good things about Georges.
Suddenly
he can't hear us. He can't.
Right. I mean, that will be an extreme to go for an act, but knowing Raymond, he probably would. So before Maddie went home, she humiliated herself by getting into a fight with Jasmine Kennedy and telling her that she was going to win. Remember when that happened? Okay, right. Raymond, are you back?
Best lip sync of the night.
Oh my gosh, I feel like Georges did some brujeria and was like, get that out because that might.
As she should.
Masha said, not my watch. No, but yes, you were talking about Jasmine Kennedy and Maddie.
Yeah, how humiliating was it for Maddie to be popping her shit yeah, and then what happened?
Bye.
She got washed.
Jasmine literally wait, you serious right now?
Right.
You really think that you're gonna be?
No, that was a walk in the park for Jasmine.
Right.
Was absolutely kikiing.
She was like, I'm not worried.
Jasmine was like,
I'm fine.
Do your big one. Do your big one in front of everybody. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you have it. See me on the stage.
Literally.
Jasmine killed it though. She killed it.
She did kill it, and I will still commend Maddie for at least having the what's the word? Courage or also delusion. She really believed in herself, and I will commend that. But at the end of the day, we know Jasmine Kennedy took that.
Oh no, for sure.
No questions.
Not even a question.
Hands down. You
hands down. But as I was talking about, let me say it. I'm about to whisper it in case that she comes for me again and shuts my computer off. Georges not deserving that win. We're good. Okay. I wasn't the only one that felt that way. Miss Daya Betty went.
I Betty been salty every season.
Also, Daya Betty lately, I'm like, girl, okay, I'm here with you, but sometimes you go a little too hard, and then I get worried for you, because you're okay, you need to breathe and not be this dragon that you're coming across. But she was very upset, and she made it known, and she said, you literally took pieces of paper, towel, and wrapped it around your body and said, this is a look, and I constructed something. I honestly think Daya was robbed. She should have been in the top last week, but she literally took a fucking sock puppet and made it her muse and constructed a gown. I thought she gave, in my opinion.
But Daya Betty also needs to take a sugar-free chill pill because she all over the place last week. She really made me lose brownie points. Just because at the end of the day, give the flowers. Even damn bitch, that wasn't my moment. I deserved that. You could at least let that person have their shine. And she just killed it right there. I mean, but what else is Untucked for? So might as well.
But I will give it to Daya that she came back into the workroom the next morning and was like, Georgia's honestly, I'm sorry for being a dragon. I was just very upset, and I just felt like I should have at least been in the top, and the fact that I didn't even get that option and I was just safe, it triggered me. So she apologized, but everybody was like, yeah, she's just being fake for the cameras. It's not genuine. She's a liar. But whatever, it is what it is. So
wait, no, you're not gonna skip over that half-ass apology she gave.
I thought it was good.
It was a congeniality apology. It was oh my God, I know America's watching.
So I thought it was genuine. I thought she genuinely was yo, I'm sorry. She was reflecting her personal, I guess, feelings onto her, and was mad that she couldn't go to Ru and be Ru, what the fuck is your problem? She had to be you know what, Georges, how dare you win that challenge? How dare you allow yourself to win this challenge? But then she went home and was okay, first of all, I don't want to get clocked on the gram or on the blogs. So let me go in here and give this apology. But I think she genuinely did mean it.
Well, we love reflection.
I can't. Next topic. Next one.
Anyways, RuPaul twirls into the workroom and he lets them know that the Maxi Challenge is going to be a soap opera that's called Daytona Wind. Off rip, because Georges did win the last week, she had the opportunity to put the groups together, or at least put the roles to whoever they wanted to give it to.
So I have a question. Do you guys, when he said, "Oh, we're gonna do a soap opera called Daytona Wind," like, did you guys like clock it before, like, you know, to what it later? Like, did you guys think of? Because I was like shocked.
Absolutely.
I thought it was a play on some other like soap opera that, you know, when you accidentally wake up at 6 a.m. and you left the TV on, that they're playing type of thing. I thought it was one of those old things that you like don't even know the name of. So I was like, oh, okay, like him and his old references, like his old ass. But I had no idea this is what they had planned.
Right.
At all. But I will give Georges her kudos for being very diplomatic in the way that she allowed the queens to pick their role. Kudos
or fault? Because if I have the chance, first of all, if I put myself in Georges's heels, whatever she's wearing these days, if I put myself in that position and I am someone that has been at the top but equally at the bottom, I would be very strategic with anything that I do moving forward, specifically if we are about to do an acting challenge. So the fact that she just gave all of the girls the parts that they wanted to do, like, cute baby, but you're not here to be everybody's bestie, you're here to win. Plus, you know that this is an acting challenge and that you're bad at acting, so place yourself with the girls that are going to carry you and that you're able to, like, you know, banter with. So kudos, not for me, baby.
On a moral,
it's a chop.
It's a chop. On a moral ground, I see where her heart was at, but in game minds, like, yeah, I would have. I'm throwing pros on the floor. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's $100,000 on the fucking line.
But I side with Georges because it's like, who the fuck is gonna read this whole script and then be like, yeah, I think this part sucks. Give it me.
That's also like,
who's talking like a good happy medium, not too much, not too little. Like, I'm gonna be her. That's what I would do. Like, I would highlight and be like, okay, I'm gonna be her. She sounds cool. I would just read the bio. Honestly, I'll read each person's bio and be like, okay, fuck it. Like, I like that girl. She sounds like me. Right. So I feel like that's also what she did because, like, yeah, not to throw shade or anything, but
I also feel like they each played their roles like really well, though. Like, I feel like Georges played her role extremely well, Angeria played her role well. Deja, like, I don't know. I thought they all did good in their roles. Like,
did you think Angeria did good? Who said that?
I mean, after the edit,
she had her southern. Yeah, I mean, the final production was good. I'm not talking about the behind the scenes and the different takes. I'm saying.
But in the words of the Silky Nutmeg Ganache on Twitter, she also tweeted, she was like, "I would love to see the challenge without the farts."
Well, and I agree. I didn't like the farts too much. Actually, I thought that it took away from like the entire thing. But I mean,
so
I guess it was trying to be funny.
The producer and me told me this. They were in the cutting floor. They needed to figure out which episode they were going to do where, like, all of the queens are saved. They forgot to record it, so they're trying to see how they can edit it in. So they added farts to this, and then no one went home. Like that, because, like, how is it that the first part of the episode, Ru is like giving them pointers and whatever, and like they're giving them like the bad edit, and then boom, no, everybody's gonna be, you know, like, it was misleading a little bit.
Well, what I think is that they're milking out some episodes so that we're still in a mystery to figure out who has this golden ticket.
But that's the thing, like, how, I mean, look, the first two episodes they saved the people who went home. Now they saved the cast again. Then they're gonna save somebody with chocolate bars. So essentially, we are having 4 filler episodes.
I feel like I always justify it because I'm like, okay, Cornbread went home. Like, we saw something of the sort like this happening where they had like everyone safe. But, you know, I ruin everything for myself. So, like, there's something that's coming. Like, you guys just don't want the season to end. Like, what is going on?
This season's like June 30th.
Oh, let me guess. They're adding somebody.
No, don't even, because I'm not doing it. Do not say anything.
I don't want to do it either, but like now I'm curious.
Just wait and see. You'll see. But nonetheless, they had the acting challenge. I will say that I did see Ru like giving them cues on like, oh, just stand there and like pause and then say it. Because I think he knew that they wanted to do this whole like fart sound thing. And that's why he was kind of coaching them like for example, Carrie, he told Carrie like to say a line, but to wait and like to take a deep breath in and make it dramatic. But and her, I mean, if I was her, it's like, okay, like she just wants me to give drama, but it was really to just have that pause and then look as if they're like farting. So I thought it was excessive at first, but then as the thing went on, I was like, okay, this is actually really funny how you guys were able to piece this together. So Angeria was Hattie Ruth. She struggled. I don't know what happened. I was very shocked because she did so good in the other acting challenge, but maybe because that one was more improv, that's why she did good.
I think she's also stuck in a character. I think that she like we see the same character. It has worked in the last couple episodes, but this one we needed something more dramatic. We needed something more like actual acting. So that's my problem with her. She didn't do great this time, and I was worried. If it wasn't for the farts, I thought this bitch was gonna be in the bottom.
I mean, I think if you had an elimination, she would have been in the bottom as well.
For sure. Right. One time, that's why I feel like she did good. Well, the reason I say she did good is because I felt like she brought the accent, but that might also just be the way she talks. Right. And then and then I guess maybe she struggled because she had maybe a hard time memorizing the lines. The other one was impromptu, so like if you forget, all right, just say something. Right. I don't know. I don't think she did. She struggled, but I feel like it's just because she struggled with her lines. Like I feel like she's a good actor based on the previous challenge. So
she struggled with her lines, but someone who definitely like excelled was Jasmine Kennedy and AKA Alyssa Edwards, because she ate the role up and she owned it. And I think the accent and then afterwards with the edit, it really would have been one of the opportunities for Jasmine to be on top.
Yeah, you guys agree?
She was like the way she did it. I think she did safe material. I didn't think.
No, so I didn't like it.
The top one person from the entire
Daya Betty, I felt did really well in her role, and Lady Bosco was like amazing as well.
Lady Bosco.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Lady Camden. Sorry,
Lady Camden ate that.
Give her an Emmy. Give her an
Oscar. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's go through these queens and critique them, because I definitely want to touch on Lady Camden, but I want to like store my fire and energy, because when I speak about her, like I might break this computer again.
So do we want to do looks? Do we want to do looks, show the looks, and also critique like the performance?
Okay, we can do a 2-in-1.
Okay,
so let's reset. Actually, hold on. Let me pull up the queens.
I have the looks here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, they're gonna pop up on the.
She's prepared.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I guess I forgot that you do this now.
Yeah.
Okay,
so can everybody see this, or is it just us?
No, you see it.
No, I mean like the viewers.
Yeah, the viewers see this too on the YouTube.
Okay, good. All right, very good.
So yes, let's go into these looks and simultaneously talk about the roles that they play. So we had Miss Angeria. Definitely perfect outfit to lip sync in, because that's what it was giving.
And she knew she was ready to lip sync. That's why she wore this Kim K meets Cher meets Chaps meets Baby You Look Good as fuck in this, because she ate this.
Oh my god, I was so angry at this. Why? I follow her on Insta. I was angry because it looks so cheap to me and doesn't look very these shoulder pads. I think it looks horrible. I love the bell bottom of the pants, and I like how flowy it is, but I just feel like it looked cheap to me, especially with what she's been giving. And I hate the shoulder paddings. It looks very wonky and not like a good shape. And then what made me even more mad was that online she posted like her hosting a party at one of the clubs, and then she had like a gown over it, and then like she was supposed to rip it apart and then reveal this. I think it would have added the drama, but then also the wig that she chose for that was way better. Like I don't like this like straight down look. She had like a more pageantry thing going on. Like the look that she served in the club, she should have brought it to the dance floor. Like she looks a mess. I'm sorry, this is a challenge for me.
Do you think that it's probably because you saw that other look that you feel this way about it? But like Let's say you didn't see the other look.
I would say I was originally underwhelmed, and then now seeing the new look is like, now I'm disgusted.
Not disgusted.
He's on one tonight. He's on one.
Yeah, sorry. And then her performance, it was just like, damn, girl. Like, I'm sorry.
Right.
I think the pressure of her constantly being at the top is getting to her a little bit.
It was a bad day to be injured.
It was a bad day. It was a bad day for her. But nonetheless, let's tap into Miss Daya Betty, who on the runway. I'm gonna let y'all talk because I feel like we're gonna feel very differently about this. So go.
So first things first, it was a reach of the category because I started looking up Chaps and like they're not supposed to be that low.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like hers was different. So I do like the fact that she had a whole look. I don't know if I love the color. I feel like it's very understated. I would have loved to see this in a more like popping, more drag color. But I don't know. What do you guys
I liked it. I think it gave me Madonna, but kind of similar to Angeria's. I think they were, and it's rough to say editing, but just something to elevate it. So maybe bedazzling the collar, or maybe the tie being like diamonds, something that's like pop.
Right.
But I don't think it was like, oh my god, I love it, like to die for the way that like Michelle was eating it up.
Michelle ate it because it's something she would wear herself. But Edward, I agree with you. I feel like it needed its own like Daya twist on it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like she just put on an outfit and just went out on the stage. But I didn't see Daya in any of the outfit that she wore. But I was a fan of it. I liked it actually. Had Lady Camden not done so well, I felt like she could potentially
very telling.
Listen, I'm not even a Daya Betty fan. Let's just start there. Oh, so the fact that I'm giving her some credit, it says a lot.
Well, you can't deny what she's been doing in this competition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's been a really good competitor.
She's been good.
I don't know.
I like her. I don't know. But I didn't like this look. The fucking fitting of the chaps were horrible. It was like literally as if she was like dragging it on the floor. Like, it looked horrible to me. And I just didn't like it. It wasn't well constructed. I just did not like it that much. I liked it better than Angeria's, but I didn't like it enough.
Wow, you really hated Angeria's.
I'm proud of Daya though, because I felt like in the beginning of the season she wanted like a lot of like feedback, and she was kind of like safe, and like I feel like she's working a lot harder now when we're starting to see the results and it's starting to pay off, and I think the judges are noticing that as well. And I feel like she just needs to give a little more oomph to make her like win a challenge, because I feel like she's almost there, but she's not there yet. So
while she's looking for feedback, Raymond is always here for her.
Right,
bro, come take a seat. Like we'll get you through this. But nonetheless, Miss Deja Bai.
Deja Bai, not Deja Sky. Deja Bai. Like, girl, what is you doing?
She actually said that she had another look for the runway, but last minute she was like that it looked too similar to another look that she's presented, so she went and like put this together last minute. And I'm like, girl, that's
what you say. That's what you say when you know you look a mess. And now you're trying to save yourself. Girl, you looked a mess. The color was off. You do not know how to match these wigs to whatever it is that you're wearing. Why? You're always picking you get semi-okay from the neck down, and then when you go to pick your wig, you're like, oh, I'm wearing green. Give me an orange. Like, girl.
I will say this: if you see Beyonce in this, you wouldn't eat. I kind of like the dark blue on the lighter blue, but this is why
Beyonce.
I feel like the hair should have been like probably
the hair
shorter.
Is a chop for me.
It's just a mess, and it just doesn't fit her body well. And then also like usually her shape is so well, but I feel like because the pants. She might have did it like last minute. It wasn't the right fitting. So I feel like she over padded her thighs a little too much. So it looks like the proportions just look weird. And it's literally...
That might be her real body, Raymond.
Yeah, and I like it.
Oh.
No, well, it's definitely sculpted.
Okay. Well, it wasn't given to me. And it's a bodysuit with chaps tied up to her. Like, I think
the flare was a little too high up to the knee, but...
If she doesn't go home next week, like, I'm not watching this show anymore.
At this point, like, no shade, no tea, but like, And like I really want to say this because I don't want like I don't want us to be seen like as like hating as like viewers, but like we have so much love for this show and what the queens come and do on these shows. And we like at this point in the competition, Deja Sky is not at the same level of her contestants. So I feel like it would just be a disservice to the art that is drag to keep a person that is not at the same levels as the others.
Right.
This is a competition at the end of the day. And I feel
especially
like
now at this point in the competition, it's very telling. Like these are the people to keep an eye on. And I feel like for the most part, those who are left, like I genuinely like wouldn't know who would go home
after she leaves. It's anybody's game.
After Daya leaves, it's literally going to be the point where it's like, okay,
wait, Daya or Deja?
Oh, Deja. Oh my gosh. After Deja,
Carrie.
Oh, Carrie needs to go too.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait, hold on, because I'm not even thinking about Jasmine Kennedy and Carrie.
But not even because Jasmine Kennedy. Okay, Jasmine Kennedy. Let's talk about it. First of all, this week. Okay.
A scholar.
I forgot about this look.
Girl.
No, oh my god, this was so bad. What I love though, I will say, is how the boots go into the look, but it's not a good constructed look. It actually looks really bad. Wow, this was.
What is this look though? Like graduation with some fishnet?
She wanted to give homage to to her high school and like wear the colors. I think they're called the Rams. I don't know.
Girl, it's a chat. It's a chat for me. Girl, what? You really showed up to the runway with this? And the body was giving back surgery. I don't know if you guys see, Bubby, when she was going down, it was not like her padding was giving like legit back surgery. Like it was just not properly padded.
And it just goes to show how young she is too, because it's like you still have like your cap and gown from like high school, and like you care about it so much, you want to go onto the
right.
That big old cap.
Like that's not also her real cap.
Well, not her real cap, like,
but it's also like the same Deja thing. Like you're having problems putting colors together, and like you're using like the most extravagant like colors like together. Like she uses the most brightest like yellows and the most brightest blues. Like,
but I love her. I really do love her. I can definitely see that this season isn't for her, but I love her. I will welcome her.
And speaking of welcoming her,
right?
I feel like it's a good moment to also bring up. I mean, we'll touch on that base because we're still going down the looks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you want to talk about. Yeah. We'll touch on that. But yeah, Jasmine Kennedy is not doing it for me.
And Carrie, what do you have to say about Carrie?
Well, let's get into Carrie then. So, Carrie Colby, she was wearing this. Oh my god. This is not Chaps. Point blank.
No, this is like
it's a Chap.
Sells.
It's right. This is not Chaps. It's a chop. Like I'm sorry, but also me and Eli were actually watching the episode together, and when we were watching it, I was saying that Carrie, this is not drag in my opinion. Like this is giving pedestrian. Your makeup is giving pedestrian. This is something that I will see Rihanna wear, and Rihanna doesn't wear drag for like regular. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks celebrity. It looks like Carrie Colby. I don't know if this is drag though. You know what I'm saying? Like
and then I don't know if anyone noticed, but the hat that she has on, she wore on the first like the second episode where they were doing a ball. She wore that hat with her zebra print and pink boots look. Literally the same hat.
The braids to the floor I lived for, but
right,
I agree with the fact that it's not chapped, and this is why I had that statement where I do think Carrie is next because of the fact that acting hasn't been her forte.
Right.
Yeah, nothing has been her forte.
What is her forte besides a good beat?
And she even said it to an Untucked. She was like, she has been a little disappointed in herself, but she believes it's because in LA, like you just have to be pretty and they eat you up. So, and they're feeding your mentality that you're a great drag queen just because you look good. Like no one's gonna clock her much.
That's not an excuse to me because
gorgeous,
this show.
but she's not an entertainer.
But that's not an excuse to me, Raymond, because this show has gone on for how many seasons now? We know what is required of drag queens. We know what is required.
When you're in the drag race or drag scene, drag queen scene, whatever, I don't know what they call it, but when you're a drag queen and you're in the scene and people are eating you up and gassing you up, you're going to believe that you're actually a good drag queen. And I think that's what's happening in her case, is that she's going to these clubs, she's lip syncing and like just looking so pretty. And the fact that she is trans adds another layer of just like, oh my God, like you're beautiful, like what you are, what you can become out here. I think that feeds into her head where it's like, no, I am the motherfucking bitch. Like, no, girl, you are gorgeous, but like a drag superstar? I don't think so. I don't think that. I honestly don't even think drag is like being a drag queen is her thing. I think she needs to be like one of those queens who get into fashion and become like a model and like they're not out here.
Not star quality. It's just
not RuPaul's drag
competition right now. Like if you, I know this is gonna gag the girls, but if you put Willow next to Carrie, I would say Willow's a drag queen. I'm not taking that away from Carrie, but based off of the.
It's true though. It's true though.
Style of like.
I don't think she's an artist. I just think like she looks good, and if there was America Next Top Model version for like RuPaul's Drag Race, I think she will like excel and she will like literally give the girls.
And I think that's what the judges try to say when they were saying like we want to see ugly, because they didn't want to be real and say like, girl, you look like it, like you. Yeah. And I think that they're not trying to touch that subject because they want to be as open and supportive when it comes to our trans sisters that are competing on the show. But I think that because drag is an artistry, I think that as judges they still need to keep the same standards that they hold all the other drag queens.
Right.
Like I just don't think it's fair. I'm not taking it away from Carrie, but it's like you're not being held to the same standards that the other ones are being held at.
Yeah, so, I agree. I completely agree. So it was a big letdown for me this week. I need
to see more.
Miss Georges, pleasantly surprised by her performance in the challenge, pleasantly underwhelmed by this chap looked. And I cannot believe that we, like, as a community, we need to be a little bit more in unison and understanding that like these queens are not giving what the challenge is requiring of them. And this is a perfect She did not.
I feel like we've seen this look on her already.
No, it's because
a nude shit. Like, girl, I'm tired of this nude shit.
I feel like I've seen this hair, I've seen this makeup. Like, I want to see her look a little different.
No, it's literally like if I see Georges in another like body tight suit or whatever, like it's like she dresses in the same silhouette every episode.
I mean, she looks great. We're not taking that away from her whatsoever.
No, she looks good, but she is a good drag queen. But like, for example, the challenge was Chaps. This is not Chaps. It looks like you were putting on your stockings and then you're like, oh wait, my panties, and then you left the door.
Right.
Like, wait,
exactly. Wait. But why didn't the judges pick up on that? And I'm like, her number.
Miss Elvis said like this is not Chaps. It's cute, but it's not Chaps. But I'm like, also, why didn't they like read her for it? Like, girl, what the fuck is this? Really though?
But you know, Ru speaks so highly of Georges all the time. Like, he's like, you were born for drag. So like, he, you know,
because when Ru likes someone, there's like, I feel like Ru is immediately blinded by like
you
that
think
person. So? Yeah, like I feel like Willow. Yeah, right. Like, but at least Willow is pulling her.
Like, Willow hasn't done no wrong. Really.
Yeah, like Willow has not done no wrong. But I feel like when Ru likes someone the way that he's liking Georges, I feel like he's easier on them and he like doesn't point things out because he favors certain queens.
Yes, and this is a perfect example of it. She looks.
She don't look bad. She just didn't play the part. Like,
she looks ridiculous.
I agree with you.
I also want to challenge Georges to the same challenge I'm challenging Carrie. I want to see more drag Georges. Like, this is starting to look the same thing. Like, J-Lo is wearing this. Beyonce is wearing this.
Georges does.
Okay,
I want to see Georges in a gown. Like, I want dual competition because we have seen a lot of acting, but like pair of bitches who were gonna be gagged that it's a good combination. I would love to see Georges in Angeria's drag and Angeria in George's drag. That's something that I'd be like, wow.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
But everybody has their own signature style, I feel, at the same time too. So I don't know. It goes both ways, I feel. I agree with you guys, but I'm trying to look at the flip side too.
I mean, yeah, but I guess I'm in the sense of saying like this is a competition, so like don't just show one side of you.
Right. Especially with this platform. But whatever, Georges did what she did. She landed in the freaking top. But whatever. Then we have Miss Bosco, who I am continuously like becoming obsessed and more obsessed and more obsessed and in love with her. This look, at first I will say that I wasn't as much of a fan, but after rewatching it and looking at it again now, I'm like, you actually understood the assignment and it looks good on you and you look good. I really did like this.
I love how Bosco walks down a runway. Bosco is very confident, which is not a confidence that I see in him out of drag. And I don't know if I hope him, her. I don't know their pronouns, but
yes, she is transitioning as we speak. Okay. So at this moment, I believe her pronouns are she, her.
Okay, so I don't see the same energy from her like out of drag. So I like, but when she's in drag and she hits that runway, like she's one that she twirls. I love seeing Bosco like, and she ate this for me.
And she also,
I think it's important to mention that we haven't seen. Remember how in the beginning we were tired of seeing like the horns and like her just constantly playing on that. She switched up her look a little bit. And
this is the example of someone understanding the assignment that they're in a competition.
Right.
And they didn't make it like they didn't even bring it to the viewer's attention. I feel like it just happened so subtly, and I kind of enjoy that. You know?
Yeah, like and no one had to tell her too. Like she understood, like okay, I'm not gonna be one note and like continuously do this horn thing. Like no, I'll stay true to my signature like eyebrow, but I also do variations of it. You know, it'll be signature, but something a little tweaked, and then also like she just did so good. She changed it.
Hey girl,
oh wow, I love it. But yeah, I was impressed also by her performance in the challenge. I honestly thought that if there was a top 3, it would have definitely been one of her in the top 3 for sure.
Right.
And then we have Miss Willow Peel. How does this RuPaul say it? Willow Peel.
Willow Peel.
Oh my god. This look, like she is impressing the fuck out of me. I did not expect me to be as obsessed as I am right now with Willow. At first, I was really thrown off. I wasn't that crazy over her. But
she's eating.
I think she's refreshing.
Yes,
she makes it fun. She makes drag like it makes it fun to watch, and like I want to see what she's gonna.
I look forward to what
next
she's gonna pull on the runway, and this was awesome. I love her take on like doing chaps, but it was like giving herself a wedgie, or someone was giving her a wedgie.
And also Willow in the acting challenge, like RuPaul said it best, like daytime Emmy, like
so
Willow,
so good, and the fact to take that characterization of the character like role that she got, I was like, wow, like I would have never thought to sit there and like give it that like essence of a character. Like to sit there and
good. She was good.
No, she is definitely a front contender.
No, yeah, you see her going to the end.
1,000%.
Oh my! If she doesn't, then like she must like shoot somebody on stage.
And I think that we haven't seen a side of Willow in the sense of like I also think she's gonna gag us when she has to lip sync.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be a surprise lip sync assassin.
She's giving me like funny queens like Ginger Minge, like
Ginger Minge is a lip sync assassin, but she doesn't lip sync the way some of these girls.
Right.
She's campy. She's really like, you know, and almost like a Broadway, like a production, like, you know, really like theatrical.
And,
it's good.
And Willow thinks like that. Like queens that like think about their drag are
artists.
Alaska, like you know what I'm saying? Like they go hard because everything is intentional with them. And like look at those hands, like what?
Wedgie? Like that is like who makes a wedgie into drag?
Right.
Like what?
Hunt.
And to look at her face.
Yes.
Also, I like the way she paints herself. So good. She's so good at her makeup.
She knows everything about her body. That shit her butt looked amazing. Like, you were serving. Like, oh my god, I'm always.
How old is Willow? Do we know?
26 or 23.
She's giving very much like modern day. Like she gives I don't know. She has to be in her 20s or early 30s. Yeah, because she gives me like someone who's old enough to like know the history of drag, but young enough to not have been like in the OG side of drag. Oh, she's amazing.
But I also feel like as a young queen, she's an example of someone that does their homework, and even if they don't know the origin of drag, they respect drag enough to be that good.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're on this show, like, you and Jambalaya? Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect. I mean, I'm not even a drag queen, so who am I to tell these girls respect drag? But like,
right.
You know, like, I just feel like you could be doing much better. Like, when you have bitches like Willow pulling this shit, like, I can't.
And aside from her, last but not least, we have
oh yes,
the queen. She's the queen of the UK. Like, honestly, she owns UK right now.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Oh my God, Lady Camden.
Oh my God.
A moment of silence because she killed.
Literally a moment of silence to the contestants, the producers, RuPaul. A moment of silence to all of them because Lady Camden,
she killed both.
Like, she did
both
the challenge.
First things first, the acting challenge.
No, I thought I was watching like a legit like show.
The way she looked into the camera with the side eye, I was like, oh. This woman,
Maxi,
right?
And she has like
an
an accent, but when she speaks, it sounds like I don't want to say Sofia Vergara, but I hear like a little like Spaniard girl in there.
Yeah, she rolls her R's like. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that acting challenge was impeccable.
And then she got on the floor.
Literally, wait, she got on the floor 2 times because when she brought this look out and gave us that reveal,
when I tell you that I was like, she did not fall. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, please, like, this is not fair. Like, why would they even put this?
This is not fair.
Like, why didn't they edit it out? Like, that's so rude. Like, they could have told her to start over from the back.
Right, because that's another thing. They do those runways like a couple times.
Yes, when they
do they really?
Yes,
yeah.
Music and one without.
Interesting.
Yes. So
you say one what? One what?
With music and then one without. So the first one is them walking out with just music, and then they walk out again, and then that's when the judges are giving commentary.
Okay, got it.
Oh, so, I always have this really quick. I always have this discussion with once in some time. So do you think that these jokes are like hand given to them beforehand?
Being a producer myself, everything is intentional. Like there's not one thing that goes on that show that was hot mic moment. Like no, everything.
Do you think anything is impromptu though? I think some stuff is impromptu.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some of them are impromptu because the usual thing. Like she done already kind of had horses. If the
right, like little things like this. But like all of the jokes, all of the comments when the girls are coming down are all pre-written. I do think they give them the list because sometimes you see. Whoever's writing the jokes for the guests is not doing a good job because the guests always get the worst jokes.
And also they don't do good. I think what happens is the girls they have to like give them like pictures of like their looks beforehand so that they can like think of content and material. And then when they walk out, now knowing that they do 2 filmings, when they're on the first time, it's like, okay, like these are the jokes we're thinking of, and then brainstorm some things. And I'm sure RuPaul, he's crazy. He owns the show. He's probably like, oh my God, say this. It'll be hilarious. And then they just say it type of thing. But yes, back to the root of this conversation. She fell and I was like, this is it. Like, she's going to go home. Like, I cannot believe this. And then she came up with that smirk and that mustache. First of all, I think it was smart on her end to use her real hair to be like included in the look. Yeah. Because if she would have had a wig under, we would have been like, oh God, like she has a wig under, like whatever. But the fact that she had like her boy hair under, it was like, oh my God, like this bitch really just.
But she dyed it though, or like she sprayed it because isn't she?
Yeah,
well,
it's like,
are we? Go ahead, Raymond. Go ahead. Are we understanding the fact that like she came out with like a totally different look, like a wig, a dress, and no mustache? So she falls, the wig comes off, the dress comes off, and the mustache comes on. Like how did she manage to do all this?
Like, first of all, I want to know like how long it took her, and like, the way that she delivered it too. She was like, oh my God, it just fell.
Right, and then she comes up like,
but also like, let's talk about the fact the first look was it. Like the first look was it. So like,
you would have still won with the first look,
right? Like I'm like, you gave us 2 Amazing looks.
And then the way that she delivered it, that's what I'm loving about the Queens this season,
seamless.
is that they're on the runway, not just like modeling and showing off what they got going on. Like George's is a perfect example. Twirling on the like, and then she was like, no, she was kicking. Oh my god, no, she ate right there and then. I would have been like, no, like don't even
else
to the show
right now.
She's winning. Like she's
gonna
be
so good. Camden and Willow for sure at like top 3 on there.
I was gagged. So, out of all the looks that were served, what would you say were your favorite of the night?
For me, I would say that my favorite look of the night is Willow Pill for sure. Willow Pill just looked amazing to me.
It's a good look. All right, Eli.
I don't want to be so like obvious. I might have to stick with Lady Camden. I just thought she looked really good. I thought everything about it, like the creativity, even with the mustache, like she looks feminine, but you know the mustache, even with that, I think it's just a great look all around. So I'm gonna have to stick with Lady Camden.
I'm gonna piggyback with Eli. I think Lady Camden not only served on the acting challenge, but the look, especially the fact I'm a Freddie Mercury fan myself, so I was living for it, and I think the way it was presented was never before seen. So kudos to her.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I'm right aligned with you both. If not Lady Camden, then definitely would be Willow because I think the concept was there. But no, I think Lady Camden destroyed the fucking runway. Now, you know, we gotta do. Who is your least favorite?
Can we all say at the same time, Deja?
No, not even. I'm gonna give it to Jasmine Kennedy, child. Jasmine Kennedy, don't you ever in your life walk into my runway wearing this bullshit ever again. This is a message directly from me to you. I told you on this day, don't ever wear this ever again. But you have it has good parts. She could save the bodysuit and repurpose it. And I think that's something that I also she needs to edit her looks. I feel like she needs more editing. But yeah, it was a shot for me. Sorry, babe.
Edward, you said Carrie?
I gotta chop Carrie just because of the fact of considering the category and considering the other contenders and the fact that she reused the hat, and not that it's like some sin to reuse, a piece of your outfit. I just think when you put her next to the other contestants, the other queens, for me,
they're eating her up.
I agree. And then, Eli, you were very transparent with who you chose. You said Deja's guy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to take it back. I retract that statement, and I'm gonna have to go hand in hand with Edward, because as much as I love Carrie, I feel like the look she was trying to go for something like unique, but she missed the mark with the whole Chaps thing. I mean, granted, her ass is out, and that's cool and all, but I don't feel like she really delivered or gave what they were looking for. So I'm gonna have to say Carrie.
Okay, for me, again, I'm gonna whisper it because I really do feel like she is watching me. But George's, honestly, I'm sorry.
Cut the mic.
At least the other girls had Chaps.
Right.
That is also true.
What is this? I'm still trying to understand what the hell she was trying to do by putting the stockings under the panty. That made no sense to me. And it wasn't even ooh, innovative. She's so good. It's okay, girl, do you know that you put your panties on too early or too late? What is going on?
She could have been a sexy cowgirl or something and still had done the whole Chaps thing.
She thought she created Chaps by putting the panty, but it's no, you created a disaster, mama.
Right.
Mama.
But it's a chap for me.
RuPaul is proving that he wants to make the most out of every season that comes through. So he announces that no one will be going home. How do we feel, ladies? I am personally annoyed, but I'm also happy that this happened after Maddie left because I didn't want to see him anymore.
Right. Right. I'm glad that it happened after Maddie. So RuPaul, thank you for listening to the community. We have congregated against Maddie Morphosis. We don't ever want to see her ever again, Grace RTVs. Don't give her a Will of Wonder contract. I don't want to see Maddie Morphosis anywhere. She should go back to school. She needs to learn drag. She needs to be a student.
Goodness.
And yes, I will drag Maddie Morphosis on this podcast every time I have the opportunity to do so. Maddie's not personal, it's drag.
She might be on All Stars.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised. They're trying to milk that.
The standards of All Stars anymore is looking like kindergarten. Anyways,
more like senior citizen home. Last season but,
I'm tired. I want some eliminations. I want to get to Snatch Game. Like I want.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Snatch Game.
I would like. We still have Snatch Game, and it feels like years still to Snatch Game because they keep saving all of these damn queens. But also happy for the queens. You're making money. There's more challenges. So like,
right. Good for them.
I felt like it was a waste of an episode when they don't send anybody home.
Absolutely.
I'm like, Lord.
Like, if you're gonna do it,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, waste of my time.
Home.
Give us a short episode. If you're not gonna save nobody, then give us like a 30-minute. Like, don't be putting me through 2 hours of television to tell me at the end that all these hoes gonna be back.
Right.
Just maybe watch another. And they had people they could have sent home. Like, it's not like the competition's so like close. Oh my god, who do we send home? They had people they could have sent home. Okay.
Right. They could have literally used that. But nonetheless, the top 2 queens of the week are going to be the ones to lip sync for the win. And this week they chose Lady Camden and Daya Betty. I personally am content with this. I think they both did really well. But personally, I think I would have chosen Willow as a winner instead of Daya because I think they equally did very well together and served so good. I think Daya definitely it feels like she did a little bit better because she was more of an energetic person in her role, but I think Willow ate that. And then when it comes to the runway, I think Willow ate better than Daya. So I think it should have been them two against each other.
In the runway, Willow left no crumbs and Daya did leave crumbs. So
she was sweeping it with her long ass fucking
Listen, at this point, I'm just glad that Daya is finally in the top so she can shut
the fuck
up and just like move on because I'm tired of hearing her being salty as fuck every single episode.
No, I can't wait for the
crying,
next episode and she's gonna be like, I didn't win.
Right.
But like I should have she's gonna be so mad.
Take your
But I also low-key think that it's giving me so rumor has it that last season for season 13, RuPaul refused to put Got Mick in the bottom because he felt like she would not give in a lip sync, but he wanted her to stay. And like
I don't like this
giving
behind the scenes.
I think that might be a reason why he didn't put Willow as the top 2 because he's not quite yet to make her lip sync and wants to keep that a mystery still. I don't know. I feel like he's not too sold on her lip sync abilities, and that's why he's kind of like, we'll wait it out.
RuPaul has his favorites, and some of his favorites get there. And sometimes the positions of these queens are not even about favorites. It's also about production strategy. Like Candy Muse made it all the way to the end, and she served, but she brought the drama. She was the narrator of the season. I think that this season they did it wrong when they left when Cornbread went home because she was like the Candy Muse of the season. She was the narrator. So now the show feels like who's the it girl? Who's that girl from the group? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they're trying to use Daya.
And after this episode, I thought it was Angeria, but after this episode, Angeria was a chap. Like, so I don't know. It's anybody's game.
No, literally.
I think it can go anyway, and I think it determines our next, challenges that are upcoming.
I think Snatch Game is going to be the one to tell us like who the fuck is going to take.
Well, real quick, let's tap in and kind of not manifest, but see if we're witches. Who do you think these queens are going to do for Snatch Game? Because I don't look at any of them and be like, oh my god, this person could be Oprah,
right?
Nikki, like, what are they gonna give?
Right.
Honestly, I can't even answer that question because I feel like I honestly can't even see these bitches. The only person
Daya Betty should be Crystal Method.
Because that'll be hilarious. I think, like, to feed into that whole thing.
I feel like Carrie's probably gonna be Rihanna or something
Nikki.
Like that. Or she's gonna if she goes into this like ghetto character that she tries to do sometimes with the like mannerisms and yada yada. Like, I'm over that character. I want to see a different side of you. So I hope that she picks wisely. I feel like Willow Pill is gonna pull through, of course. Lady Camden. I can't wait. After this Lady Camden Snatch Game, oh my god, I can't wait. So I think it's gonna be good.
Freddie was a good one for Snatch Game too. So let's see what she brings.
If Jasmine Kennedy makes it, I think she should do what's her name?
Edwards.
Yeah, Alyssa Edwards. Even though it's been done like 3-4 times already, but I think because they say that she looks like her, I think it'll be good for her to like do it and like actually do it good.
We were talking about this, like Alyssa Edwards really be out here like she's an icon, but she's also like an okay queen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not like an it queen. Like she went home relatively in the middle of the season on both All Stars and the regular season, but she's that girl though. I give it.
No, she's that bitch, and she's making so much more money than a lot of the queens there.
Right.
But I definitely want to discuss this lip sync because from the moment that beat dropped, Miss Lady Camden
twirled.
Was like, oh no, bitch, like I love you, but like it's going down. And also like Daya Betty, you went home before off of a lip sync. So that's why I was like, girl, I'm not even worried about you. I'm not even looking at you because you clearly don't get it. Like you got sent home first.
But even then for Daya Betty to want it as bad as she wants it, I don't think she put her heart into that.
Right.
Lady Camden, the Lady Camden split into like the forward thing. Like I was like, okay, no, this bitch like is literally.
She literally was standing straight and her leg like was like this, like next to like just passing through. Like I'm like, this woman is like she's boom and boom. And I'm like, oh, like, and literally like I think at a point she elevated, like she was literally like twirling, you know those little things like as a kid that you go like this,
a
like,
little dreidel.
That was her.
She must have like taken like she must have like snorted a Red Bull because she was on 1,000. She was on 1,000 from the moment that thing hit, and she ate. So kudos to Lady Camden. Finally got her win. It was about damn time, long awaited. Now before we do go into the Shantae and Sashays of the week, I do want to talk about the Untucked because it was such a beautiful moment between the girls, and it showed really good sisterhood. And it was, I feel like aside from the drama that we love from Drag Race, we also like these moments of sincerity that people can reflect and like see themselves on. And I think it's so important with the trans community to see this and see how hard it is for these queens. So having Bosco and Carrie Colby there to support Jasmine Kennedy's story, like it broke my heart when I saw it. I was teary-eyed. I was like, oh my God. And then just like to see how hard it is really for these girls to just come to terms with the fact of, who they are. And then she mentions how she didn't want to affect her partner's sexuality because, you won't be dating a man anymore. You're going to be dating a woman. So like, I don't want you to get confused in regards to what you're into. But were you guys like feeling it?
I was, like I said earlier, me and Eli were watching it together, and Eli, I don't know if you saw me, but I was literally like hyperventilating under my breath, like tears going down my face. That was one of the most raw moments I have seen. You know what it reminded me?
The highest rating Untucked.
It was the highest rating Untucked. It gave me. You remember when Angina
came out
saying that she was HIV positive, and like that scene was so like crazy. It was giving that like this was Jasmine Kennedy. Like applaud to you for being this strong and for like coming out, and
we welcome you with open arms, of course.
RuPaul, you see, this is what happens when you include these queens in the workroom. This is what we need across, and this is playing. Let's not forget that this is playing on VH1, a predominantly Black reality TV network. This is huge for like LGBTQ rights in general. Like, I was so happy to see this.
No, and there's so many other moments to even like look into it. I think for me, to connect to it myself, it showed to me how like we're constantly coming out as queer people. Yeah. Whatever letter you represent, you're constantly having to overcome these obstacles, and it could be with affiliation to your significant other, to what you're believing in yourself, and how it's going to affect your micro and your macro environment. So it was definitely a beautiful moment, and like happy that she had that opportunity for her to speak and
take that. I feel like if she felt that in the workroom, I could have just imagined what people who are going through the same situation as her are feeling and how much they needed that, and that like realism of it all. I think that's the biggest thing, the realism of just how real this is within our community. It was beautiful. So
sisterhood. The sisterhood was
the
strong.
sisterhood. It's the sisterhood for me. Literally. But yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's get back into our mean girl shit. Sorry, not sorry. Shantae of the week. Wellington, go.
Okay, so for my sachet of the week, it's going to be Miss Deja. You need to go. Period. I am sorry. You need to go. I don't know how to put it. I'm just gonna tell you straight. You need to exit left. Please leave the production lot. Please make a right on Sunset Boulevard.
Unmic that girl. Please. Unmic her, please. Unmic. Thank you.
Please call your Uber on the other side of the corner. Like, we do not want you here. And my Shantae of the week is gonna go to Lady Camden. You twirled, Miss Lady. Like, you were twirling, and kudos to you. You're killing this.
Physically twirling.
Literally. And you're also an actress. I really hope Lady Camden comes out of this competition and, you know, uses her acting skills, because she's, from that scene today, I really feel like she could be a really good actress. I'm talking about like those queens that break into like the Shangelas of the world that were on A Star Is Born. Like,
yes,
I love it.
So
all right.
Edward, what are your Shantae and Trashers? I would say my sachet would definitely be, and I don't want it to seem like I'm attacking this person, but Carrie, like,
Girl, you are attacking her at this point.
I would say, to lock in my answer, I'm gonna say Georges, because I think you brought up a good point that it wasn't Chaps, so it was a moment that stuck with me after I made my comments. So
it wasn't Chaps, so it's a chop.
Have to give my sister the chop, and I don't want to lose another Latina queen, but I would definitely give my Shantae to Lady Camden, because it's undeniable. You got to give the flowers are due. So
yeah,
I bow.
As you should.
All right, Eli. What are yours?
Okay, so I'm gonna give my Shantae to Daya Betty. And the reason I say that is because I feel like we firsthand have wanted so much from her. Like, bring it. And I feel like we're starting to see her. So I wanted to give her a little pat on the shoulder and be like, you know what? I acknowledge your effort and your hard work. So she's going to get my Shantae. And since you didn't say Edward, I'll say my sachet is going to go for Carrie, because I'm tired of giving her chances.
One thing about this podcast is that we will drag Carrie.
No, but like, bitch, I'm tired of giving you chances. Like, week 3, I was like, okay. Week 4, like, we're like week 7 now. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot skate by no more. Like, I'm tired of.
We're literally in episode 7.
No, literally.
Like it's a personal thing now, because it's like we have our fantasy football drag race league, and it's like, girl, you're making me costing me. Like, you're literally costing me money.
Right. And so I'm tired of living on what ifs with her. And so, like, your time is up. Like, I even choose Deja over Carrie, because at least Deja's like bringing different looks and making the effort. I feel like Carrie's just going out there with a cute face and like throwing on whatever. And I also read that thing she was wearing, that J-Lo thing, J-Lo never wore that shit. No. So like, what's the real tea, sis? So bye Carrie.
I feel like production would do some shit like that, knowing the bitch didn't have the dress and then still
but like, why say that? Like, for wow factor? Because now I took that back, and it, like, I want my wow back, and I'm pissed now.
Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so for me, this Shantae, since y'all gave it to Lady Camden, and like we're under the understanding that like that bitch ate it and she deserves it, I'm gonna give it mine to Miss Willow Pill, because I think she did so good in the challenge, and her look was giving very much Puss in Boots, and I was so here for it. Like, I smelled the fish through the screen. She was giving it. My Shantae, quite honestly, like, I was gonna say Deja Sky, because like Deja Sky,
she needs to go.
Like, she needs to go. But like, now that Eli just told me that Carrie Colby had the audacity to sit there on national TV and say that she was wearing J-Lo's dress and it wasn't J-Lo's dress, go home. Go home immediately.
It wasn't J-Lo's dress?
No, she never wore it. She said on TikTok Live, which I didn't even know was a thing, that supposedly that J-Lo never wore that thing. So girl, why are you saying that? Yeah,
Carrie Colby literally owes an apology to the drag community and everybody that watches this show. Because even Alaska was at the pit stop talking about, well, Carrie Colby showed up with J-Lo's dress, so
right.
And I'm like,
oh my gosh,
it's
Carrie Colby, I also like want you to know that I support you and I think that you are a star. I think, as Edward said, but I just don't think that drag is for you right now, or your interpretation of drag is not.
She's suspended.
So moving forward, you are
like as we drag you through the mud. We also want you to know that we love you and we want to bring you up.
and you're dragging you through the mud, but it's like pulling you up. Like
we're because it's like because it will make you a better drag queen. And I feel like you know, what better than to hear from the people that watch you? You know, we're your viewers.
At the end of this season, we need to like sit together and do our drag because we've been piping hot shit. And we got
we might no, for season 2 of the talk, we might have to change our like artwork to like actual drag pictures of us.
Yeah. Wait, we might have to do every episode in drag, Chad.
You barely getting me like this.
We do the challenge.
Oh my god, ladies. Well, thank you all for tuning in. It has been another great episode of The Talk, the Reality Rundown's official Drag Race podcast. As we mentioned, we have a new episode every Tuesday, so smash that subscribe button. And with that being said, this has been the T. Now, baby, you decide the shade. Thank you so much.
Bye, ladies.
Bye. Mwah.